Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Writing Workshop for today. This week, we are going to be continuing to work on our informational books that we've been working on for the past few weeks. I checked in with a few of you. I'll be checking in with more of you this week to see where you are with your writing. But I do want to let you know that we are going to be wrapping up this informational unit in a couple of weeks. And so we're going to do kind of one more review of paragraph writing. And then later this week, I'm going to be teaching you again how to write an introduction and then also how to write a conclusion, so that next week we can really zoom in on publishing our work. And then we'll have a publishing party all together on Zoom coming up, and you'll be able to share your work. So today the lesson's going to look a little bit different because I'm actually not going to be teaching you a strategy. I'm just going to have you guys kind of review again what the purpose of a paragraph is, and so you'll be watching a BrainPop Junior video, and then you also are just going to be doing some revising to make sure that you have all of the parts of a paragraph. So we're going to be kind of zooming in on whole paragraphs again and just going back to that stage in writing for revising, okay? In a text, including both fiction and nonfiction, the structure is almost always the same. This should sound really familiar to you because I know in first grade we focus on this a lot. You normally find that texts have three parts: the beginning, the middle, and you called it, the end. The reason these three parts can be found in almost every type of writing is because it keeps pieces organized. If you're the one writing the text, you need three parts to keep you on track of your writing. If you're the one reading the text, then you need three parts to help you keep track of all that you're learning. Now remember, since reading and writing are connected, it makes sense that the more you read, the better you become at writing. That's because we learn from authors whose writing we read, even when we're not trying to. So in reading, you'll notice that in texts other authors have written for you to read, they've made sure to have a beginning, middle, and end. This means that in the books and work you write, your job is to make sure you have a beginning, middle, and an end too. So this week, we're going to make sure that we've all done our job of including a beginning, a middle, and an end in our work. Now, the three parts of a paragraph can be divided into smaller parts too. Here, you can see the same image as before, but just with more parts. At the top, you can see that the beginning just means the introduction. And in your introduction, you just tell your reader what your text is going to be all about. Then where it says middle, you can see that there are actually three parts that belong in this spot. That's because you have three subtopics. In these paragraphs, you get to teach your reader about three really important main ideas you believe they should know in order to learn more about the topic of your whole book. You make three claims, and then you prove those claims with supporting details or evidence. In the last part where it says end, that's where you get to write a conclusion, and you use your conclusion to remind your reader quickly what they just learned in your book. You might also give them a suggestion or next steps. Now, for today, you're not going to worry about your introductions or your conclusions just yet. I want for you to just focus on making sure that you have the best middle paragraphs that you possibly can. So, here's a preview of what you're going to learn in the BrainPop Junior video today. They're going to tell you that you need to have 5 parts in a paragraph. The first part is called a topic sentence, and a topic sentence is basically your claim. Then you have to give some supporting details or proof to show that your claim is actually true. So these 3 parts are actually the evidence to prove that what you're claiming is actually true. Then you also have to give a closing sentence, and your closing sentence just really smooths out your ending and helps you transition into your next paragraph. So, for example, today I'm going to sit down with my paragraphs, including this one about Christmas trees, and I'm going to reread for a topic sentence for 3 pieces of supporting details and then a closing sentence. I'm going to do this for all of the paragraphs that I've written so far to make sure that they're ready for our publishing party, which is coming up soon. If you don't have 3 paragraphs yet, don't worry. You still have plenty of time to continue working, and remember, not all of us work at the same pace. In fact, right now, I only have 2 paragraphs for my middle. So my job for today is to spend the first part of the 30 minutes going over my subtopics that I have prepared, like this one, and looking for these 5 parts in each of my paragraphs. And then, if I have time left over, I can get started on my next subtopic and continuing to work on this tomorrow. This week, in our small group meetings, we're going to share our work with each other. So you just need to make sure that you're looking for these 5 parts in all of your paragraphs, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you have to share with us this week. Good luck!